what's your stats gonna look like in the 37U league?
Right now, I'd be Myles Garrett out there, boy. 5, 6 sacks, knocking people out, decapitating human beings.
What's good, everybody? I'm Arik Armstead. Welcome to another episode of Third and Long. Appreciate you guys for always tapping in. And, of course, back this week on the show, my co-host, Michael Bennett. What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just turned 40.
I saw that. I saw that you took a little hiatus from the show last week. Took a trip for your birthday. 40, the big 4-0 is a big one. So, what'd you do to celebrate?
I went down to this hotel called the One and Only in Mexico,
Uh-huh.
Mandarina. It was cool. I just went to play tennis with some of my friends and play pickleball, and just had a good time. Just relax, you know. It was good though, because it was kind of one of those things where it's like, what do you do when you turn 40, or what do you want to do? It's like just do the thing that you like the most. I feel like that was kind of my key thing that I wanted to do. So it was like play tennis all day, play pickleball all day, ate really good food, went to the ocean, and just relax, really.
No, that sounds like a vibe. I feel like
It was.
Yeah, I feel like if anything, you know, that's a perfect way to turn 40 and celebrate. Surrounded by loved ones too. Some of the homies.
Yeah,
some
I'm
of
too
the
old to be in
homies
the
are.
club.
Some
I'm
of
too
the
old to
homies
be in
went
the
with you.
Yeah. It's like it was me, Cliff, some of the my friends from the tennis club, you know, in Hawaii and all over where I play tennis at. So
Okay.
it was like one of those things where it's like, yo, I can't go to the club. It's like, what I'm gonna do, go to live and pop bottles. I'd rather rent an island, you know what I'm saying? Or do something like a little bit more chill. Not rent an island. Let me not say that for people to be like, he rented an island. I'd rather like go to sorry, I just got this smoothie. Sorry, I need this green smoothie, guys. No, I'd rather just do something more intimate and more fun. I think sometimes you want to be, when you're young, you like feel like you need to be in a place that's super energized, but then it's so much about relaxing and just having a good time and just doing things that you really enjoy doing. And so, you know, that's the greatest part is like, you know, me and Cliff always play pickleball. Some of my friends, Zach and other people, we're just you know, just chilling, man. Had some hibiscus margaritas and stuff, you know.
You stay with the fancy drinks. You got to put me on.
I got you,
I got
man.
I got to step my drink game up.
Yeah, when we go down, let's go to Mexico or something, man.
Yeah, in the
Not
off
yet.
season.
This
On the
is
off
pretty
season,
good.
it's gonna be up.
Yeah, we're just gonna be up. Yeah,
Yeah.
not up like Jalen Ramsey and
Jamar
Jamar
Chase.
Chase. But
Uh
why did Jamar Chase lie though? Well, I just a
yeah,
key thing. Why
I
would
don't know why he lied. That was crazy.
he lied so like, yo, no, I never did it, mom. You know, you do something and you a kid and like your mom is like, yo, did you do that? And you're like, no, I didn't do it, mom. I didn't eat the cookies. And then like you just got Oreos all over your face and your hands, and it's like the evidence there, and your mom's like, so you didn't eat Oreos, and like there's a trail of Oreos in your room, so you didn't eat Oreos, and then like it's in the bed, and you're like, oh, yeah, dang, okay, mama, I ate Oreos, but I don't know
You
why he
know,
thought in the NFL he's gonna be seen.
people live by the saying deny, deny, deny until you can't no more. But that video evidence caught that boy. He lies so smoothly, like so quick too. It was just effortlessly. Like, what? I ain't spit on nobody. What you talk like he you know you lying, and you start acting like you start getting mad, like trying to really sell it. Like, I ain't I ain't spit on nobody. Like, what y'all talk like?
Yeah, why would I
Why
ever
would
do
I
that?
do that? Of all people, why
Yeah,
would
he
I
start
spit on
bringing
somebody?
he start bringing other people in. Let me call my pastor. Yo, Pastor Joe, have I ever did anything like that? And like everybody's like, no, I would never do anything like that. But man, the NFL, people forget that the NFL records everything. Everything that you're doing is on live TV. And you know the NFL has slowed it down. And then you knew the fans would slow it down too, like with Twitter, with goddamn
Hey man,
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Somebody was gonna see it. He would have been better off saying, "Yo, I did spit," but it wasn't as much spit as he said it was. You know what I'm
it
saying?
looked like
Like
a loogie too. That joint,
it looked so nasty.
he brought that from like here. He
Yeah,
had to get that from like here.
Yeah, it's like he was holding it all day. He was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
bro. That's nasty. But that is, I mean, spitting on somebody is probably one of the most disrespectful things you can do to someone. So, and then I know you were gone last week, but similar situation the week before, like when Deron Payne slapped Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra came out and was like, I don't know what happened. He just slapped me, and then they find a video of Amon-Ra hitting him first, and it's like the second guy always gets caught in these situations. It just happens like that. But like you said, you can't really lie about it because everything gets recorded, bro. Like they're gonna go back and see what really happened. So you rewind the tape and you see Amon-Ra mush Payne first, and then Buddy reacted and hit him back. So it's like if guys are really gonna crash out and like lose money and really start a fight, something had to be said or done, to really provoke that. Like even going back to when I don't know who it was, but dude stole Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Like he snatched his his mouthpiece and then punched him. It was like, whoa, that was out of nowhere. But something really disrespectful was said or to get a guy to react like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people be saying some wild stuff. I done said some wild stuff, so I can't even get up here and act like I ain't never spit on nobody, but I didn't say some shit to some people, but
what you said, bro? What was your trash talking like? What was your trash talking game like?
I don't know, man.
You try to get under people's skin, like you try to get under people's skin. You try to say like something like disrespectful, or like you try to say something like someone wouldn't know about them. Like what was your
I think
go-to?
it was a little bit of everything. It just depends how angry or mad you got, depending if you didn't like the person, depending if like it's just like you just playing around, how petty you want to be, like would it get them off balance, Like Sherm just talk a lot of shit, just depending who you are, it just depends. I forgot some of the wildest things I said, but I don't know if I can even say it on TV now, but I
don't get very often people talking to me.
You a big human though.
Huh? Now I don't get it very often, but I did get it when we played Seattle. Their rookie guard, he started talking. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. People. So he tried to say something to me like, what he said? He said something slick first when like I was going off of the field, and then I came back on the field, and he was like, he said, how much money you make? They paying you all that money to be a bum? I said,
the rookie guard?
The rookie guard, bruh. And this, I'm gonna tell the full story. So he was like, how much money you make? You make like 20 mil a year, blah, 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 to do that, to be a bum or something? I said, huh? I said, you wish you were me. I said, you wish you had my life. Like, who you talking to? And then
you should hit him back with like, shut up if I buy your contract.
I was like, bro, you wish you were me. You wish you could be me.
Yeah.
And then we kept playing. I made some plays on him. And then after the game, I'm talking to Leonard Williams, and then he tried to cut. Then what's his name? Zabel.
Yeah.
Yeah. He tried to come up all buddy, what's up, man? It should nah, bro. Keep that same energy. Like I ain't. You gonna try to talk mess and then be all cool after the game? Like nah, bro. Like if that's what it is what it is. Like you said what you said, and I said what I said. Like don't try to like talk and then come after the game and be all, yeah, it's just for the love of the game. We're just talking out there. Like we're good off the field. Like nah, bro. Like keep it pushing.
Do you think that Jalen Ramsey should ever forgive Jamar Chase for that, or it would always be?
Nah, not being spat on. That's a whole different.
That's what I think too.
That's a whole different level. Like
I
talking.
That would be cool.
I don't really like that. Like talking and then trying to be cool after in any kind of situation, but you can't really come back from being spit on, though.
Yeah, I don't think. I think that's forever. That's a shattered relationship, for sure.
Yeah,
I think
so like,
Jamar. I think Jamar Chase. I think he regrets that. I mean, today. I mean, today's Tuesday. Oh, so tomorrow's Wednesday. So he probably has to talk about that in the conference on Wednesday, and like everybody's gonna say, "Why did you lie?" It's like you do things like that, like it just changes how people see you. Like,
yeah, bro.
you go from like being a fan favorite to being like a media darling to people don't even want to do things with you, not even because of your talent, but just because they consider you a liar now.
Yeah, bro. Definitely can change. Like, shoot, you could lie. You liable to lie about anything now. So,
Yeah,
but
and but how did he not? I just crazy like Jamar. Why? How would you think that America wouldn't see that? I just don't.
I mean, like I said, some
You need
people
an
just
Oscar though, because you need an Oscar though, because that was some real. That was some real like. Why would I ever do that, man? I would
yeah,
never
like why
do
would
that.
I ever? Yeah, it's just some people. That's how they go about it. Like when they lying, it's like deny, deny, deny until you got cold hard facts. You know what I'm saying? But nah, happy birthday again. You know, everyone missed you on the show last week. But speaking of turning 40, have you seen these 37U leagues and these semi-pro leagues these dudes be playing in?
I saw some. I saw some clips of people doing playing in those leagues. It's kind of wild though.
Hold on. Let's pull something up because I be seeing them and they are hilarious. Let's see what we got here.
Oh shit! Damn! Move that way! Let's go!
Oh, how they got a POV version? Someone got a someone got a VR headset on. Let's go to the other one because they swag be crazy too. They swag be nasty.
Get some of this smoke. So you get some of this smoke.
Get some of this.
Talking all week. Now you can talk to me.
Bro,
Talking
bro
all
had the
week.
Baltimore Ravens pants on,
Now you can
3 armbands. Ah, these dudes be killing me, bro. So, what would you do? What would you do? What would you do in the 37U league, bro? What's your
I mean,
what's your stats gonna look like in the 37U league?
right now, I'd be Myles Garrett out there, boy. I'd be running past everybody. 5, 6 sacks, knocking people out, decapitating human beings. Yo, I ain't never trying to like, you know, shit on nobody dream, but damn, man, that football looks so dangerous. Like the concussions, just how people are running around out there. But people love football, so people want to have the opportunity to see and do the things that they see on. When they play
Nah,
college.
man, you gotta let it go, bro. You gotta
Nah,
let it grow. You gotta let it go, bro. You gotta when your time is up. Everyone's gonna have a time. We
if
all
you play
got
37 and you never had a time. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. If you playing 37 and you never had a time. There's no
you
execute.
never had a time for real, unless it's like, bro. Sometimes high school or little league, that's just what your career was. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just where it stops sometimes, and that's great.
But
Everyone
I
has
think it's
everyone
really
has a
interesting.
different journey. Like you just gotta let it go sometimes, bro. I understand the feeling of being competitive and wanting, to still compete later in life, but bro, I don't know. I feel like you gotta let that one go.
I think it's cool that the people will have a hobby and invest in it and has this team camaraderie, and it keeps them out of trouble or whatever they're doing, and they just like the game. But man, football is dangerous, but I mean, people love the game. I don't know when they play. Maybe they play Saturdays, before Sundays, and they just get all hyped up, So I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where it's good for people, but it's dangerous. Maybe they should change how people tackle. But a lot of guys, they just love the game of football. They want to get out there and be like their favorite players, because it's like basketball, you could do that. Baseball, you could do that. Tennis, you could do that. All these other sports, you could just go out there and have this feeling of being, oh, I'm LeBron, I'm doing this. But football is hard to be like, yo, I'm being like Marshawn Lynch today. I'm gonna be like, or I'm gonna be like Eric Armstead. But these are opportunities. I just think 37U is crazy. But
Nah,
it's dope
bro.
though to see people out there playing super hard. But yo, they really getting into it.
For the love of the game, for sure. But, oh man, I don't know, bro. At that age, still be trying to play football. I understand, the love of the game, the passion, the joy that it brings. But man, that hurts me to see sometimes.
But I said, but some
And
people people
well,
like Calais Campbell, they like still playing like 39. Like you got guys in the league that's 40s, you know what I'm saying, playing in the NFL. Like at
true.
what point do you stop playing in the NFL to, like, you Cam Jordan or these people who've been playing for so long? At what point do you stop playing the game you love, right? It's like they're not the same players that they once were, but they love playing the game. I mean, NFL's a little harder to have to do all this stuff, put away from your family. It's like, at what age do you stop? LeBron James is like 40 years old. Like, when does he stop? Tom Brady, like, when do you stop as an athlete in general and not have the love for the game? That's really the real conversation, is that people love the game a lot and they give a lot to it. And I think sometimes people give so much to it, they don't know how to give to anything else. I'm not saying that for LeBron or anybody else, but I'm just saying in general, people love playing the game, love playing sports for a living, or just love playing sports in general.
no, that's facts. And so if you see this, please put in the comments who is the best 37U football player in the country, so we can see some highlights. Cause Mike said he'd be Myles Garrett out there. So I would definitely love to see who is the best 37U player
And
out
I would
there.
love to see
So,
who the best 37-plus athletes of all time, too. Who's the top 5? Like, there's been some crazy people who've done, like, in the professional level, who've done, like, spectacular things in later years. Like, I mean, Tom Brady
I mean,
winning
shoot,
Super Bowl in Tampa.
Braun gotta be number
Oh, Bron
one.
definitely up there. Like, Bron up there. Like,
Braun and Tom Brady gotta be 1 and 2.
yeah. Or uh, some of the track people, like
Yeah.
the girl from Jamaica, like 30, 36, running 10, you know what I'm saying? Running
Oh
10,
yeah.
6'4". Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, some of the, just like crazy things people have done when they supposedly passed their prime. But I do think with what we know about the body now and sports science and people's health and food, I mean, I think there's going to be a much more longevity in a lot of sports. I think we would be crazy to see one person 37 in the NFL, but we're seeing a lot of players at 37 plus now. So, like, I think people are just taking care of their bodies better and they have better access to food and they
Yeah,
understand
and
nutrition.
medicine and healthcare is improving too. I seen something that they close to inventing something to reverse arthritis. I'm like, if they come out with that, dude's gonna be playing till they 50.
Man, before they do that, the people who stop in the reverse arthritis, y'all need to do something with food. Goddamn, we got starving people and no people with homes, and y'all talking about stopping arthritis. Let's at least get half of the world fed. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't even have lights, so we talk about. So, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If the Neuralink pop off, I can see people using that. The Neuralink, like, I can see a lot of people doing, going crazy with the Neuralink in the next generation and being able to neurologically change the way that they move. I think that's
Nah,
gonna be.
I
Would you
seen
get a
that
Neuralink?
episode. I seen that episode of Black Mirror.
Would
I
you
ain't
get a
trying to.
Neuralink if you knew? Would you get a
I ain't
Neuralink
trying.
if you knew that you would not be sick, you would live longer? Would you do it?
That's what it's supposed to do.
I don't know what I was supposed to do. I'm just saying if it did do that, would you do it? No, you don't have to say it because the name Elon Musk might call you. So let's not put you in that position.
I don't know, bro. I think God, Lord willing, I do I'm here on this earth for a nice period of time, and I live a good life, and I do what God put me on this earth to do, and I'm cool going to heaven after that. I ain't trying to be 150 out here. That don't sound.
That's
That
crazy.
don't sound like a high quality of life.
No. But I'm saying, but with technology and stuff, who knows? Being 70, being 80 might be like being 30 in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like with the technology and the way that people eating, the way that they're reversing arthritis, if they're reversing everything
Yeah.
that's supposed to be
Yeah, no,
stopping
I'm
you
big.
from.
I'm big on biohacking and all that, and trying to, you know, live as healthy and longevity as possible. But yeah, this especially with AI, a lot of this stuff is getting wild. But let's switch over, talk about some stuff going on around the league. First, we can start with our game. Coming off a big win against the Chargers this past Sunday. Was a good game for us. You know, I think this was the first performance all year that we hit on all cylinders in all three phases and really played complementary football and showed, you know, the team that we can be, you know, when we are firing on all cylinders. And we had a dominant performance against the Chargers, who were and still are a good team. You know, coming to the game, they were 7-3. So I don't know if you got a chance to check out the game.
I did. I was happy because I felt like the week before, like y'all, I don't know what y'all was doing out there against the Texans. I thought that was really complete. I wasn't here last week, so let me state my points. You know, I felt like with the Texans, I felt like I don't know, you guys.
Yeah,
were,
bro, we didn't even got to talk about that. For
No, I'm saying, but you guys weren't able to put the game away, and I
Yeah,
thought this
facts.
week going to the game, even though you guys had a lead, and it could have went the same way it went with the Texans. You know, you could have got a lead and you could have let it go, and you end up losing. But it felt like this week y'all actually was like, "Yo, we got this lead, and we got to continue to play till there's no time left on the clock." Like not every, because you know sometimes you get in those situations and then you start just like playing freely. You like, you know, well, next time, you know, like then next thing you know it's the tie game. So like I feel like this week it was nice to see even the way how defensively you guys played, how you guys stopped Justin Herbert, or you know they got a lot of weapons. You guys were able to stop them, and then I feel like the offense is still doing pretty good. I mean, I feel like with Trevor Lawrence, it's still like he's continued to get better every other week. So I think it's nice to see you guys win. I think you guys played one of your most complete games, special teams, defense, offensively. Because sometimes it's been the defense and the special teams, and sometimes it's been the special teams and the offense. You know, sometimes it's been the defense and the offense and no special teams. So it's like it was nice to see all three phases of the game work together.
Nah, for real. I think that we showed, you know, truly what we're capable of. We've had ebbs and flows of the season, but I feel like this was our first like real complete game where we showed what it can look like when we are firing and hitting. And you know, there was a few storylines in the game. Well, first, let me go back. Just talking about coming off of that Texans game and heading into this game, really, I love the messaging that we received all week from all of our coaches, but our head coach, Liam, especially. His message to us was, imagine what it can look like and what we can be as a team if we go out there and cut it loose and play free and don't worry about the result or the previous play the next play and be ourselves and have fun. And, you know, so I really appreciated that message, and I felt like we kind of embodied that and took that out there and showed what we were capable of, you know, when we're playing like that, you know, when we're playing free, you know, when we're being creative, not playing like robots and, you know, trying to be perfect and worry. And so that was his message to us all week and his message before the game. And you know, me waking up Sunday, you know, that allowed me to play more free. That allowed me to be like, all right, man, let me just go out here, you know, play how I feel, you know, what I see, play with more freedom, feel more empowered to be myself and make plays. And, I think it showed all over the field. Our offense, really, I don't know what the time of possession was, but I know it was crazy because I know how I felt. I was like, man, we're on the sideline, defense on the sideline dang near the whole game. We had 3 snaps of defense in the whole third quarter. So our offense got the ball after the half and dominated, took the ball out of the air, or took air out of the ball by pounding the run game and first down after first down, long drives, which really helped us. And we were able to play complementary football, go out there, get 3 and outs, get turnovers, and get the ball right back to them. So, I definitely feel that we showed what we're capable of. Also, history was made. My dog, Josh Hines-Allen, breaks the franchise sack record. Really proud of him, and everything that he's accomplished thus far in his young career, but also, the adversity that he's been fighting, him and his family and Wesley. And this season means a lot more to him, playing for a bigger purpose. And so congrats to my dog. I don't think I haven't played with someone who has the franchise record before. So it's an honor to play alongside of him and witness history and be out there and be a part of it. We celebrated. We turned up when he got that sack to break the record. We had a lot of fun. And it was especially special for us, too, because how much we've been getting challenged. There's been a lot of chatter about what we can't do up front as a defensive line, that we're not good enough, that we can't do this, we can't get home, we can't rush the passer, and all these conversations going on.
Who's having this conversation?
Man, that's Twitter, Google.
Oh man, y'all getting paid too much to be worried about what Twitter and Google saying.
I'm saying you can use Twitter and Google to go see who was saying that.
Oh no, I don't have Twitter. But I was just wondering.
You can use Twitter and Google to go see, but that's been every article, that's what people been saying. And so this game was a little more like shut up, man. So proud of the guys.
Just gotta go out there and just go out there and don't give a fuck what nobody's saying and just
for real. That's what you gotta do
crazy.
Sometimes.
Just go crazy because that's the thing when you was playing with the 49ers, it was like y'all defensive line didn't care. It's just like y'all just went crazy every week. But the thing about it was that y'all played as a unit every week. It was like, yeah, guys are getting sacks, but we also getting sacks, and we know when to not take chances. I think sometimes when you watch film, it's like it's in the red zone, and it's like people rushing like like you could just go up the field. You can't. Because now there's a big hole. It's like that can, like that containment of rush and just being able to finish the plays. But I think overall, y'all got a whole bunch of dogs. Y'all got, 3 first-round picks on y'all D-line? Like.
Man, it dang sure ain't the ability to do so. But I'm happy that we were able to put it together this week. And like you said, I think rushing with 4 people, like when people say 4-man rush, like people who, some even football people don't truly understand what 4-man rush takes and what it actually means and what it actually takes to have a successful 4-man rush. When people say 4-man rush, they just think, oh, it's guys going out there, they're rushing 4, someone got to win a one-on-one, and everyone is just going out there. Go win your one-on-ones, be the best, beat the man in front of you. But there's a lot more that goes into it. 4-man, when you want to rush with 4, it takes work, it takes practice, it takes continuity, it takes talent, it takes ability, but also it takes intelligence. It takes being able to break down different protections, because when you rush with 4, and you can get home with 4. What do you get? You get chips. You get double teams. You get different. You get turn protection. You get all these different things to try to disrupt your 4-man rush, and you need reps as a group over and over and over to learn how to defeat that, to learn how to, okay, the guy next to me rushed like this. He likes to do this move, right? So when he's going to do this move, I know that the pocket's going to be a little different, so I'm going to have to adjust off of him, or he's going to have to adjust off of me. All these things are reps on reps, and, I tell people all the time, it's like, on my previous team, we rushed 4 in so many games, so many reps, big moments, win or go home moments, pressure situations against great quarterbacks and great offensive lines, and all that stuff. Like it multiplies over time. It takes work. It's not just as easy as going out there and saying, "Hey, go win." Like it takes work. It takes practice, and you have to truly buy in to get those reps out there and to see it all come to fruition. But this was one of our better games, showing and doing that, and in a big moment, in a turning point of our season, for sure. So
to be a good defensive line, though, you can't have ego, right? It's like there's moments in the game where you got to choose your teammate over yourself, like an exit game or a text game or a NT. There's different games or different points of the field where there's different opportunities for the offenses to do different things. So understanding, the down and distance, understanding the play caller, understanding where the running back is lined up and understanding how offensive lines want to go against your defensive line. I think those are just how groups come together, I think. But it starts with ego because everybody wants to be the guy. But it's like at the end of the day, you become the guy by winning. And I think that's really hard for everybody to do because there's a lot of guys that get sacks. Like, the top sack people probably won't be in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's just how it always is, right? Because it's like there's like one guy who makes a lot of plays, and then you just see like a really good group that comes together, like the Broncos who rush really well together overall. It's just like how do you build a group that every player has, like the 2 ends have 10 and the nose and the 3 technique have 10 collectively. Like if your first team defensive line is rushing like that, and then it's like how many quarterback hits and how you guys stopping them run, who they running to. So I think it is about D-line has a lot to do with dropping your ego and being able to be in the right positions. I think that's the challenge of it all, right? It's like when you're in the red zone, how you rush completely changes. Like you go from maybe not as much speed as you once did, and you start to turn it into power, and then you can't get behind the quarterback. Now the nose tackle has to be able to wrap, so like there's a lot of stuff that you have to become real selfless to win in those matchups to be a really dominant defensive line.
No, that's facts, and it obviously. You guys rushed in big time games and had one of the most dominant fronts, you guys' generation for years. And like you said, it takes time coming together and, letting go of that ego. And like you said, if everyone's trying to be the man, no one's going to be the man.
That's the right there.
And collectively, we can all be, you want to be a part of that D-line that's like, all right, that group is different. You know what I'm saying? Not that one guy is different. You want to be a part of the D-line. It's like, man, that group together is different. Like, you can't mess with them boys together.
And then they got a guy come off the bench. It's like, yo, just the whole group is like, it's like we got to get ourselves together. Like, because even as a starting defensive tackle or defensive end, it's so nice when you have a player that's behind you that can actually rush, because then they rush it, and now you get back in the game, be like, yeah, now we're even more mixed up because now he don't know what to do because the guy behind me was good too. So it's like when you have that dominant group, you know, it's like you said, it's about like having those statistics where it's like, yo, these guys are just dominating everything. And it's just like when you start playing like that, there's a freedom in that, you know, like you said. Everybody tries to be the guy, nobody beats the guy. When nobody trying to be the guy, everybody the guy. You know what I mean? It's like, I think that's the truth to that.
Nice facts. Looking around the league at some other games, you know, we play the Cardinals next week. And so I already watched this. I watched the Niner-Cardinal game, and Jacoby Brissett set a NFL record for the most completions in a regular season game. He went 47 for 57.
But they got beat 44-21.
I know, and it's crazy for someone to set a record in a loss like that. But, you know, I watched the tape, and first off, the pass 57 times is crazy. But then to complete 47 of those was wild. So it's definitely going to be a challenge for us coming up this week. We got to be sticky in coverage because, I mean, the game probably got out of hand, and, you know, the Niners were playing off, you know, not trying to get beat deep, not give him anything cheap. But the ball was out. He made some really good throws, though.
No, Jacoby Brissett has always been like one of those quarterbacks that, like, he can throw the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not the most mobile quarterback, but when the offensive line
He's
is
strong.
blocking,
He's strong, though.
Oh, yeah, that's a strong man. Like, but when the offensive line is blocking, like, yo, he can.
Was he in New England when you were there?
No. I just over time playing against him, like the coach or whatever he was at, he's just like if there's a good offensive line and a good protection, like he's a great quarterback for you because he could get the ball, make all the right throws. Mm-hmm. But I mean, Arizona's in a very interesting situation, right? Because it's like you have Kyler Murray, who's the number one pick, but he got a crazy arm and crazy talent, but he hasn't been able to win. And people haven't been able to galvanize behind him. And, like, you know, he lose great receivers. Nobody wants to play with him. And it's like they put weapons around him, but then the same guy goes in, and it's like the team is cheering for him differently. They like him. I feel like those are the hardest situations when you have a really good guy, but then there's people just respect the other guy more. Like, that's just a hard. I'm like, yo, is Kyler Murray's time with the Cardinals kind of? I mean, I don't feel like Kyler Murray's out the league or anything like that, but I definitely think it's a challenge. It's going to be a challenge for the next season to see where he kind of ends up, or is he back with the Cardinals and just seeing where the Cardinals organization is just kind of going. It's like, what do you do as a head coach? Because you live and die by your quarterback.
Yeah, it definitely is an interesting situation. You know, I think Kyler Murray is obviously a generational talent as well too, but like you said, hasn't been able to necessarily get over that hump in terms of wins and playoff runs and all that. So it's an interesting situation. But Jacoby Brissett setting an NFL record.
That's not gonna make it easier for him.
It's crazy.
It doesn't make it easier for Kyler. But the good thing about that is that they lost. You know what I'm saying? That's like, he set the record, but if they win, I feel like it's even more damaging. But because they lost, it's kind of like, yo, you ate the most hot dogs. You know, it's like, it's like
we'll see though. We'll see though. But I know
think it's
for
a good
us,
challenge for you guys though, because I think it's like you guys are coming through. Obviously, this is a pass heavy team, and you just came through and just kind of basically. You got on the soapbox about the importance that nobody likes your defensive line. I don't think that's true, but
Google it.
I mean, what am I supposed to put? Jaguars D line not good.
You can put in Jaguars pass rush, and then it's gonna be nothing but negative articles.
Well, let me see real quick. Jaguars. Is it Google or Bing?
Google whatever you want, bro. That's the whole narrative.
Jaguars.
But we're gonna change that, man. It ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing new. There's always going to be.
Yeah, the AI has a whole little write-up about you. Yeah, it does say that the Jags were Jacksonville. This is the AI part too, you know, the little AI, little AI part right here. It's like,
Yeah.
the camera, y'all see that? It popped up right there. It says, yeah, it did say that. Okay, hey, maybe you're right. I was wrong. It says the Jacksonville Jaguars pass rush has struggled significantly this season. And significantly, that's a lot. Significantly is a lot, you know. Highlighted by their performance against the Houston Texans, they failed to pressure the quarterback effectively. Damn. Yeah. Damn, they said that again. Yeah. You only had 12 sacks on the season?
We got 15 now, but yeah, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, is it? Yeah. Damn. But y'all got 109 pressures, 119 pressures though.
Yeah, we're getting pressure. But like I said, we
No, you're right. You're right. There's a lot of articles. Okay, damn. Y'all do got a lot of articles. It's like a whole little page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. You do have something to prove. My bad.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, you apology. I thought
we're gonna keep going though. But we here to chatter. We here to chatter.
Y'all got to eat some raw. Y'all got to eat some raw meat before the game. That's what it is, man. Y'all got.
It felt good. It felt good to silence some people, but we got a lot more to do.
Yeah.
Looking at some of these other games, man, Chiefs and Broncos. Broncos 9-2, beat the Chiefs. 2-game lead in the division. Man, the Chiefs are 5-5.
Yeah, I think Sean Payton is just a good coach. Like he is one of those coaches that like he knows what his system needs. Like he did not run Russell Wilson because he did not fit into how he wanted to run the offense. Even though it wasn't that Russell was a bad quarterback, because at that time they had won like 7 games in a row with Russell, and it was just like he just didn't fit into what he thought he could do more. So you know, him being able to get the quarterback that he wants. He runs a good offense. He knows what type of pass rush. Every single team he's ever coached has had a good pass rush. You go back to the New Orleans Saints when Cam Jordan, Junior Gillette, everybody, those guys, those pass rushers, he's always had good pass rushers. So he knows what he wants as a defense. And I just think he's just a good coach overall. Like, I think Sean Payton's just a good coach. I think he knows how to coach. He's
been very successful.
That really has.
That Broncos defense is looking different, bro. I watch a lot of their film. You know, I study a lot, watch a lot of their film, and them boys look different. They added some of my former teammates, Greenlaw and Huff. Huff playing crazy, flying around. That D-line, they're getting after the quarterback, 46 sacks. On pace to set the NFL record. So those dudes are getting after it. But where do you think the Chiefs go from here? The Chiefs are sitting at 5-5.
I think
they were 11-0 last year in one-score games. They're 0-5 in one-score games this year. So I feel like that can be looked at a couple ways. You know, it could be looked at like they were struggling but finding ways to win last year. And then this year they're still struggling but not finding ways to win those close games. You know, where do you think they go from here? I'm never counting them out because
I never will count the Chiefs out, and I don't think it's fair to say they struggle when they always go to the Super Bowl. You know, It's different if they say they struggle but they've been in the Super Bowl consistently every single year. If you look at Patrick Mahomes in his career, statistically, he's going to be on pace to be the best player of all time. I think that the Chiefs have failed to get him more weapons every year. I think Patrick Mahomes is getting better, but the talent around him is kind of aging. So I think it's important that they find ways to, you know, get that receiver and get those core weapons. You know, Travis Kelce's still a great player, but he's not as quick as he once was. But being able to supplement some of those players with speed and youth in the way that, you know, sometimes it feels like Patrick Mahomes is playing faster than everybody else. So it feels like, you know, at some point it's like, you know, the Chiefs haven't made a big splash in free agency in a while. It's like during this offseason, is it an opportunity for them to make a bigger splash in the free agency, get Patrick Mahomes some more talent around him, starting with the running back, starting with, another tight end too to complement Travis Kelce so he doesn't have to take on all the responsibilities, find some other receivers outside of Juju Smith-Schuster.
You think that's what it is?
I think it is exactly what it is. I think he just hasn't had the. Imagine if he had, Puka Nacua and all these. What would he be doing?
Yeah. I mean, they really haven't had that. They really haven't had that since Tyreek, though.
I'm saying at some point the other teams are getting better and reloading, and every year, the conference and the NFL is saying, how do we beat the Chiefs?
No, that's facts. I agree.
The Broncos are structured their team to beat the Chiefs.
I think that's the main thing. I think that obviously the Chiefs have dominated and been the team to beat for so long that's like people's measuring kind of stick is like how can we beat them? How can we get to that level at times, especially in the AFC? And I feel that, that Super Bowl loss in that fashion to the Eagles may have took a little bit of the allure off a little bit, if that makes sense, in terms of people's mentally being able to be like, man, we can beat these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that goes into effect too, where last year, before that Super Bowl loss, it was like, dang, like, we got to find a way. Like, you got to play to the end. Is this the Chiefs? They, cream of the crop.
I disagree with that because at the end of the
day, you don't think teams have more confidence?
Look at the Bengals, right? The Bengals are a prime example of like, they have all the talent, but they don't get to the game, right? It's like if you get Patrick Mahomes, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase, like, would anybody be able to compete? I mean, like, think about it.
But I'm saying though, they have won Super Bowls. They have won Super Bowls. They got more talent now than they did probably for two Super Bowls that they won.
I think the Chiefs are they're definitely not top 10 in talent. When you're talking about just pure talent on teams, like, I don't think they're like, you start looking at the Lions, you start looking at the Eagles, you start looking at teams that just have just raw athletes. It's like I don't know. I feel like the Chiefs haven't reloaded enough. I think they've just been kind of like really good at what they do, dominating, play really good team defense.
I feel you.
Like, I just think they just.
I can see that. I can see that. That I see what you're saying in terms of them like overwhelming with ability. It's like we gotta find a way to win instead of having like a roster that's like overwhelming talent. You know what I'm saying? Overwhelming ability where it's like we don't even got to make it close. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, when you look at like even like when you was with the 49ers, like the roster was just stacked. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all lose, it's like how? You know what I'm saying? Like you look at the amount of all pros or the offensive line has this guy, that guy, Christian McCaffrey, Debo, like, you got just Kittle, defensive Bosa, everybody. It's like the team is stacked. So it's like, that team, the Eagles stacked. Like everybody is like, he got Saquon Barkley. It's like if you take Jalen Hurts and put him on a less team, do you think he will have the seasons that he'll have? Mm-hmm. I'm not sure he'll be able to do. If you put him on the Browns, you think he'll be as dominant as he is right now or be able to play? You got A.J. Brown. You got Dallas Goedert. The offensive line is stacked. Defensive line is – it's like some teams just have a lot of talent, and they can afford to make mistakes and come back. It's like the Chiefs can afford to make talent.
I agree on that. They don't have overwhelming talent to just, like they're in tough games, and they're trying to find ways to win. But it's just not overwhelming talent where, they're just blowing teams out of the water.
No, and I think that's what they used to just be so good at what they do. But I think, like you said, a lot of it's about how other teams are reloading against them. You know, the Broncos have consistently got better and better. It's like, you know, the Chiefs have their system, and their system continues to be the same system. They're doing it over and over. It's like we get introduced to Sean Payton, who took 2 years off, and then, you know, he's starting to reload and get to his system. So his system is just hitting all cylinders, you know, like he got the running back that he like Sproles. He got the quarterback that he like Drew Brees. He got the receivers like he like Marcus Costa. You know, he got everything he's used to having that team. You know, they had the Mark Ingram type of back. You know, just that multiplicity of offense that he has, been able to switch in the swing routes, the screen plays, the deep routes. It's like the quarterback who doesn't make bad decisions but just makes the good decision. You know, it's like, you know, he has those things, you know. So I feel like that's why you're seeing his system continue to grow. And then you have Jim Harbaugh, who's constantly building up his system, right? It's like this power, strong team that's doing counters, but has his quarterback that's outstanding. So, and the defense is stout. But everybody outside of the Raiders in that conference is crazy.
No, that conference is it's definitely getting tight, the race for that conference. But I think the Broncos are the clear top team now, especially after pulling out that game versus the Chiefs. Shedeur appeared in his first game. It was a talk around the league, obviously. Much anticipated to see him play, get out on the field, especially everything that happened, you know, during the draft and his status as a player. You know, everyone wanted to see him play. And you know, after that game, there was a lot of storylines in terms of his preparedness to play, how truly was he prepared, or did they do enough to prepare him for that moment? Wyatt Teller, their starting guard, came out and said that was their first time as an offensive line hearing Shedeur's cadence in the huddle. Which led to more conversations about, was he truly prepared? Was he set up for success? And what's your take on that, Mike? Was he set up for success? Dillon Gabriel goes down, gets injured. As a professional, you got to be ready to go play and perform to the best of your ability. But being thrown out there as a rookie is a tough position. What's your take on that?
I'm almost tired of hearing about the Browns at this point. I feel like there's some soap opera stuff that's going on there for a while. You start with Deshaun Watson. You pay him $220 million guaranteed. Where is he? Like, dude, like, is he even at the building? Like, he's like in the one Avenger we waiting for at the end of the movie, and like, hopefully he comes to save the world. It's like, yo, where's Deshaun Watson, right? And it's like,
he be posting. I be seeing him. He just been rehabbing and stuff, I guess. I've seen like some of his rehab kind of workout videos. He been passing and doing some stuff at the Browns facility, but yeah, I think, you know, kind of the expectation is that he'll be out all season. So I think no one's really checking.
The thing with the Browns is it's almost to the point of where it's to the point of where it feels like it's like a faction of like some people wanted Dillon Gabriel and then other people wanted Shedeur Sanders, and it's clearly that the fans love Shedeur. Like when he went into the game, the crowd erupted. I don't even think that the Browns have had anybody cheer this season. Right? That's probably the loudest cheer that they have had all season was when Shedeur walked into the game. Probably out of all the games they played, the fans probably been eating hot dogs, eating popcorn, drinking stale soda. Like, you know, so it's like they never cheered. Like, here's somebody that the people want to see play. I don't know what's going on with the organization, but obviously for somebody to be the quarterback number 2 and never take any reps with the ones, for the possibility that everybody in the NFL knows there's one play short of losing the player, and to tell me that you have a guy who's never took one snap, who's never had you know, one opportunity to throw to the receivers, the offensive line doesn't know him, the centers never felt his hands. That's crazy to me. And then like
That is
that's crazy. It's like what? Like so what is he doing at practice? Like so you got Deshaun Watson over there making YouTube videos and TikTok videos. You got Shedeur Sanders over here just eating sunflower seeds, going with the threes. It's like and you got Dylan Gabriel doing all the reps. It's like, yo, unless they're just saying, yo, we going all in on Dylan Gabriel and we don't want to see anybody else. I still think that's crazy to me. I think it's just kind of. Then you trade Joe Flacco after you made this big, this big announcement that Joe Flacco's your quarterback. You believing in this stuff, and it's just like, yo, I don't know. I feel like with Shedeur Sanders, it feels like he got to take responsibility because you still got to learn from yourself and make sure that you're preparing and make sure that you're staying at the practice with the number ones, taking snaps and doing things outside of the practice, but. I don't know. It just makes the head coach look like he's just incompetent and doesn't know what he's doing. But I don't think that's true because he's won, coach of the year before. So I don't understand like how this is possible.
Yeah, I think like you said, it's a little bit of turmoil in terms of who is whose guy, and who does who do people really want to see in there, but. I love how Shedeur is handling this situation. I love his maturity in this situation. I love what he said in the postgame. He said that he appreciates all the love, but he does feel like it is a distraction to the team at times when Gabriel's out there, and him not feeling like, supported and everyone kind of wants someone else to be in there. So I appreciate his maturity and his wherewithal to kind of address that, but also show appreciation for the support that he is getting. But it is an interesting situation. But it's kind of been, like you said, it's kind of been like a dramatic. It's kind of been a dramatic thing all season. It's just like, kind of just lingering around, and so we'll see. What it looks like next. Maybe, you never know how concussion protocol goes, but, if Shedeur obviously is going to get some reps this week with Gabriel being in concussion protocol, and we'll see how that goes. See if he starts and see what he's able to do.
It's not like Dylan Gabriel is winning a whole bunch of games either, so it's not like there shouldn't be why Shedeur shouldn't be getting snaps.
But also, why he shouldn't be getting snaps at practice? Yeah.
Yeah. Why is he not getting snaps at practice? I understand the game. This is number one, but why is the guy not getting snaps at practice? Why hasn't he seen the blitz packages? Any quarterback getting thrown against the Ravens, the Seahawks, anybody that's coming from that defensive tree, the Philadelphia Eagles, where it's like not so much about the 4-man rush, but the blitz packages. They got Kyle Hamilton coming off every edge. They got guys. It's just like that's the type of thing that you need to see, those type of packages. You got to know where guys are, being able to switch the line, like the center. It's just like they never give them the person I feel the most bad for is Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is having the best season out of any defensive player in the NFL, but it's like we can't even look at Myles Garrett and say, yo, what's going on? This guy plays hard every single play, 4 sacks. He's doing everything to win the game, but it's just what is he supposed to do? What is Myles Garrett supposed to do?
I don't know what he's supposed to do, but Myles Garrett is not human. He is something other than what we are. He is truly in a class of his own when it comes to defensive line play. 10 sacks in 3 weeks. I don't know what this man is made of, but he's different. On pace to break the single season sack record, which is now 22.5. He's on pace for 25.5. You want to see him break the record?
Of course I do. I want to see that record being broke. I think Myles Garrett, after all he's been through with this team, at least he could do is break the record. Being on this team is just it's what did he do? You know what I'm saying? It's
I definitely want to see him break the record.
I think Myles Garrett deserves to break the record.
I think records are meant to be broken, and and players the next generation are to come in and set the bar higher and higher as we go. So that would be awesome to see for sure. And like I said, Myles,
I just
keep
want to see
going,
the
bro.
Browns win a game.
That man's different.
I want the Browns to win a game. I want to see Shedeur or Dylan Gabriel. I was actually just tired of just hearing about the Browns, honestly. It's like, yo, this is one of the worst teams in the NFL, but then it's like the team you hear the most about, you know. It's like, how do we hear so much about their drama out of all the teams in the NFL? It kind of doesn't make sense to me.
I think Shedeur has a lot to do with that. He's one of the most famous players in the NFL.
This is
but
true.
He hasn't, played yet. So I think that creates a lot of conversation.
Yo, Arik, I know you love comic books and movies and superheroes, X-Men, Avengers. Man, who doesn't like a good Avenger movie, Marvel movie? But I heard you wrote a new comic book. I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but I've heard you wrote it. But what does it look like? I mean, I'm excited to even know about the book, and why would you even write it?
So the book is called Discovering My Superpower, and it's about me overcoming my struggles of reading. And they're out now. They're for sale on impoundcomics.com. And yeah, this was something we were working on for a while. We created this book to inspire the youth, really. And, I do these story times with Arik Armstead where I go to schools and read with kids, and I always tell a story about how I struggled with reading when I was their age and how it took a little, work to overcome it. And so that's what the story in the comic book is about, is finding your superpower, which is confidence, in order to overcome your struggles like I did. So it's an inspiring book and a way for the kids to have fun and be inspired and just promote the importance of literacy. So we were working on this for a while, and it's finally out now, so it's been pretty cool.
I think that's pretty dope because I feel like reading is kind of one of the things that people overlook. I think they could also make a correlation between reading levels and prison time and just being able to communicate. I think literature, if you look historically about literature and even our ancestors wanting the opportunity to read and think, I think having books to remind kids that it's not just about sports, but also about how one thinks, how one feels, and to be able to continue to share your vision through every single asset of your life is kind of dope. It's like charity, reading, knowledge, sports. I think it's really important for kids to see and writing a comic book. So at the end, your superpower is reading. Do you get some special glasses or something? Like what's it?
Nah, I found my confidence. I had to find my voice, and that voice is confidence. So,
okay. So it's not like
confidence.
your voice.
Yep, confidence and finding my voice was my superpower, which is within all of us once we're able to find it. Appreciate you tuning in for another episode of Third and Long. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell us more what you want to see from our show. And I'll see you on another episode of Third and Long next week.